Guys, as I'll discuss in this video, this is absolutely mind-blowingly insane. But you've got to give Toyota credit. They have made one of the most complex engines or complex drivetrains in the history of the automotive industry. And if you love complexity, this is going to be for you. Toyota says that it has finally developed a hydrogen-powered engine that will basically demolish electric cars. It'll prove to the world that actually Toyota was right all along about hydrogen, that in fact it is far superior than EVs, that it is the future of the automotive industry. And Toyota is still saying that by 2040, the majority of the automotive industry worldwide will be hydrogen-powered cars, trucks, buses. Basically everything will be powered by hydrogen. I kid you not. Hello my friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Guys, there is an article right now on Automotive News that has revealed Toyota's plans for hydrogen, and they're huge. I'm not even going to start here because this video would be about maybe 2 hours long if I was going to go through all of Toyota's plans for hydrogen, all the different things they're working on, all the different types of hydrogen-powered vehicles. We're not just talking about hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, which obviously use a battery and a hydrogen fuel cell. We're talking about also hydrogen engines. There's a whole range of things that Toyota's working on. They're investing so much money in this. They've also partnered with a fossil fuel company to actually sell you hydrogen. So clearly it's all part of their ecosystem. Sort of like Tesla with their ecosystem. I guess Tesla have EVs and superchargers. Toyota is planning the same thing with hydrogen, and it thinks that eventually it'll win you over. Toyota has developed a new thermally efficient internal combustion engine that runs on apparently gasoline, synthetic fuel, biodiesel and hydrogen. Basically, you can feed it oil from McDonald's and it'll go, apparently. Now, I'm joking, but it really sounds like Toyota is saying this, that it can run on almost anything. This new technology, they say, has been developed thanks to the company's involvement in racing with its hydrogen-powered GR Corolla race car. Now, that engine in that GR Corolla race car several times has melted itself, as in it's gotten so hot from the hydrogen, which burns at extremely high temperatures, that the engine just melts. That's one of the problems here with hydrogen. More thermally efficient than internal combustion, like normal gasoline internal combustion, yes, but very difficult in terms of reliability. Toyota says it's committed to developing internal combustion engines, and this is part of that plan. Anyhow, guys, we all know that Toyota has come under fire for being anti-EV. They've obviously paid for a lot of ads against EVs. They've even distributed pamphlets to school children in different places to try and tell them that EVs are not good, that they won't work. That happened, I think, a couple of years ago. But anyway, they did do that. However, despite teasing the world with promises of a solid-state battery since 2013, saying it would definitely be in their cars by 2018, then 2019, then 2020, then the years go on. They are now introducing their own EVs, which, well, they have one EV that's a global electric car, the BZ4X, hasn't really been that popular. Media have said it's not very good, hasn't really sold that well as a result, and Toyota is sticking with their so-called multi-pathway approach to reducing emissions. Now, they often quote the multi-pathway approach, guys. Not that I'm sure you've all heard this stuff, but the truth is that Toyota is saying 2040, they believe 80% in 2040, 80% of vehicles sold will be powered by hydrogen. So that's what they're aiming for. Toyota's goal of carbon neutrality, though, in the time being, involves not only better EVs, but plug-in hybrids, manufactured using BYD's technology, conventional hybrids, and internal combustion engine cars. The company also remains committed to developing hydrogen technologies in a pretty big way. Now, Toyota's CEO says that EVs can only ever get 30% of the global auto market. Doesn't matter how good the technology is. Doesn't matter if we have solid-state batteries where your EV can charge in 5 minutes and you have 1,000 miles of range in that battery. Toyota are committed to this idea. They put a cap on it. It's 30%. Doesn't matter what changes. Doesn't matter if we're talking about 20 years from now. Doesn't matter if Cadel are making batteries, meaning EVs, like Tony Seba predicts, will be way cheaper to buy than internal combustion, gasoline or diesel power. If they're half the price, doesn't matter, says Toyota. The cap is 30%. Now, I have no idea where they come up with this 30% figure, saying that it could never go above 30%. I'm kind of intrigued to know if anyone does know. Like, where did they get that number from? Why did they pull out 30%? Will that change? Yeah, who knows? It's ridiculous, but anyway. This furthering of hydrogen technology, Toyota says, has resulted in the creation of a new breed of thermally efficient super engines that can run on a variety of fuels, including conventional gasoline, as well as carbon neutral options as such as synthetic e-fuels, biodiesel, and hydrogen. Now, synthetic e-fuels and hydrogen, they both cost approximately 10 times more than normal petrol, normal gasoline. 10 times more. They're not really viable considering how incredibly expensive they are. Toyota's chairman and former CEO, Akio Toyoda, who apparently is, well, some big Toyota investors are trying to push him out from being the president. He's the current president of Toyota. He's basically the overlord, even though he's not the CEO. He's basically the overlord of Toyota, and some investors, some groups are trying to get him removed because they believe that if they remove him, then they can stop the downfall. They can stop Toyota from becoming the next Kodak. I think it's too late, but who knows? Anyhow, rather than creating a fuel cell vehicle, which is powered by hydrogen, like the pioneering Mirai, which has been a sales flop, Toyota's engineers have sought a way to make the concept viable in a combustion engine. They settled on a 1.6-litre 3-cylinder engine used in the GR Corolla. The car was entered successfully in the Super Taikyu series, kind of like a mid-level race series in Japan. One of the challenges the company faced was balancing thermal efficiency with hydrogen burning faster and much hotter than gasoline. Using lessons learned from blowing up those engines and from the hydrogen-powered GR Corolla racing car, Toyota's engineers have cracked how to make these engines even more efficient for the street. Now, guys, this report, you're probably going to read it if you're interested in this kind of thing. You'll see this report from different media sites. Guys, I've read this news reported on by some of the world's biggest sites. Reuters, for example. Not one of them mentioned the fact that these engines have blown up on a number of occasions. Not one of them. I find that intriguing. Surely that's information people would want to know, right? Anyway, speaking to Automotive News, Chief Technology Officer Hiroki Nakajima said Toyota's experience in developing the hydrogen race car fed directly into these future production engines. Hydrogen engine development has really contributed to our deeper understanding of engine heat efficiency. It was the trigger that brought this technology. Now, guys, a lot of people believe that what Toyota's saying is true because, surely we've just been hydrogen is this new thing. Once, enough billions of dollars have been invested into it, then hydrogen surely will be amazing. There is millions of people who actually believe that. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. There is millions of people who believe that because they've been told that by YouTubers, by the media, by Toyota. Now, the truth is, actually, car companies and major corporations, they've been working on hydrogen-powered vehicles now for more than 40 years. This is not some new technology where they're on the cusp of some miraculous, amazing stuff to come out. Like, EVs were very expensive to manufacture the batteries in 2010. That's completely changed now, completely changed. And they think, well, the same thing would happen for hydrogen. But you know what? Yeah, if they've been working on them for more than 40 years, really, is there going to be some sort of miraculous cost change, some sort of market change within the next couple of years? I don't personally think that's very likely, but let me know what you think in the comments, guys. A new generation of engine. Toyota engineers claim that thanks to engineering advances, these new engines can be 10 to 20% physically smaller than they are today, but crucially are more fuel efficient and can produce more power. While the concept can run on a variety of fuels, including hydrogen, the short-term goal is to incorporate these new efficient engines into a hybrid drivetrain. A 1.5-litre engine with turbo and naturally aspirated configurations has been developed, as well as a 2-litre turbocharged version, and these new engines will have shorter strokes and less torque, but they're designed to work in conjunction, apparently, with a hybrid system. So basically, Toyota wants you to buy a hybrid hydrogen vehicle. It'll still have a battery. It'll be a hydrogen-powered EV hybrid. Anyway, the trade-off, at least with our enthusiast cap-on, says car scoops will be fewer revolutions per minute. Specs are, well, we don't know what the specs are yet. Toyota is saying that this is game-changing, but all we know is that we don't know what the regulations are in terms of what these cars will provide, what specs they're going to have, what power they're going to have, what their emissions are going to be. None of that has been revealed. All we know is Toyota is saying it's game changing. So let's wait and see. So will this approach benefit Toyota? Do you guys think that this is going to work out for Toyota? Or do you think that, as I do, Toyota will no longer be one of the three biggest automotive companies? In fact, they will potentially go down the road of a company like Nokia. Now, Nokia, remember back in the Nokia Ericsson days? Now, here in Australia, Nokia had about 80% of the mobile phone market. 80%. It was crazy. Everyone I knew had a Nokia phone. About 1 in 10 had an Ericsson. That was the Australian phone market. I mean, Nokia still exist. They're still around. They're just sort of a bit player. That's what I see happening to Toyota.